Okay.
Well, I'm gonna ask you some questions about B movies. What really makes, besides budget, a B movie?
B movies don't exist. There's no such thing as a B movie. B movie is from 1930. B movie is when there were two movies in the movie theater. Go back to film school. Go to film school, then you'll learn some history. A B movie doesn't exist, right? Only in 1930, 1950, there were B movies. The big John Ford movie, the big Belanger movie, and then a little movie in the movie theater, double feature, A movie and a B movie. So I don't know what you're talking about, B movies.
I'm talking
How's
about...
that? Ignorant student here. Yes, what are you talking about?
Well,
You're talking about how to make a shit movie? Is that it? Trash
no.
movie? Trash movie? Second class movie? What are you talking about? A movie that's small budget? We should make $100 million movie like Avatar? That's what you like? Harry Potter maybe? Maybe you like Harry Potter? Yes?
No.
Walt Disney?
So
We're B movie? You consider us second class movie because we don't spend money? Do you know that most of the world spends $1, less than $1 a day to eat food? And you are worried about B movies? Why is it a B movie? Why am I asked about B movies? Why am I second class? Why are you asking me about second class? Ask me about first class.
Well,
You're getting, how's that for a good interview? Yes. I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish. I apologize.
I was talking about low budget movies.
Okay, low budget, that's something else.
When you have a low budget,
yes,
you don't have the same restraints as a Hollywood grade production, obviously.
You have other restraints. Low budget means you cannot have Pedro Almodovar. You cannot have Penelope Cruz. You cannot have Javier Bardem in your movie if you are low budget. If you are Lloyd Kaufman, you have to find the next Javier Bardem and the next Pedro, whatever his name is. Pedro Cruz, I don't know. Penelope Cruz. Sorry, excuse me. Yes.
Do you think some directors can change their skin when it's about low budget movies to great productions, or they're too much for them sometimes?
I think that the director should do what is in his heart. If he does what is in his heart, it's art. If he doesn't, it's garbage. So I think that it has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with what his soul is all about, or her. Unfortunately, it's a man. There's still a man's world. The cinema is still controlled by white men. And there are very few females, unfortunately. But if it's a director, that should be coming from the soul of the director. And if you read the Cahiers de Cinéma of the Cinémathèque Française, you will learn the auteur theory of cinema, which means the author of the film is the director. The director must control everything in the movie. So when you see Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead, Poultrygeist, Zombie Poulet, Pollo Loco, Poultrygeist, you will see that I control everything. Even though it's a low-budget movie, it is quite personal.
And what makes a low-budget movie great?
I think it doesn't matter whether it's low budget or whether it's high budget. What makes a movie great is it should be entertaining, and it should be emotional, and it should come from the heart, and there should be no compromises. The artist should not compromise. The artist should do what he or she or it believes in. And if it is at the same time entertaining, then it will be a great movie.
What are the best strengths of a low-budget production?
One good thing about low-budget production, at least about Troma movies, one good thing about Troma movies is we are blacklisted economically. Nobody will distribute our movies. So that means we have total freedom. We don't have to worry, gee, is that movie theater going to play it? Is Fantasy Factory going to distribute our movie? Nobody wants to distribute Troma movies. We are blacklisted. So I can do it. I have total freedom. I can do anything I want. That is the strength. When you have low budget, you don't have a big risk. The weakness, of course, is when you have a low budget. Maybe you cannot use a crane. You cannot use big equipment. You cannot, maybe you cannot go to from New York to Spain to make the movie. Maybe you cannot have a beautiful young woman like you in the movie. The disadvantages are the low budget. That is the disadvantage. You can have freedom, but too many low budget movies do not use the freedom. Too many low budget movies try to make the next Toxic Avenger, or they try to copy Poultrygeist, The Night of the Chicken Dead, instead of being original. And most of the big budget movies are baby food. They don't try anything except to brainwash the public into buying the tickets when they spend 100 million euros to make one movie and to advertise one movie.
Well, about the distribution.
Yeah.
Yesterday you talked about the internet. Besides being pirates and ninjas, or a mixture of both, what do you think the internet has to offer to a young or a new filmmaker?
The internet is a very good way for the filmmaker to communicate his thoughts to his fans or her fans. Without the internet, independent art will probably die. The internet is the last democratic medium, and it's the last opportunity for independent art to get noticed. And the independent art world has a level playing field with the internet. It is democratic. The internet is democratic, so if your website is entertaining and Troma's website is entertaining, people will go there. You cannot get your movie, your movie and my movie cannot go into the movie theaters here in Spain because it's a monopoly, almost a monopoly. It's just about a monopoly, unless you're distributed by one of the big devil-worshipping media conglomerates or Telefonica. But if you are on the internet, it's democratic. If you have something good, the people can come just as much as the people can come for Disney. You and Disney can be equal. So the internet is very, very important. For me, Lloyd Kaufman, the internet permits me to communicate with my fans and also lets the fans communicate with me. And we can get information. I think the reason people... Are you ready? Oh, now we are going to see an independent documentary made by Mark Ross, a documentary about Troma Entertainment. And you can see a bit more about, even though Troma has no money, even though Troma has no advertising money, somehow this beautiful young boy has made a movie about Troma, a documentary, just out of love for Troma. And today there's a lot of people here. There was no money spent on advertising, but yet there is a full theater to see this documentary about Troma Entertainment and 40 years of failed filmmaking. So let's go to see Troma is Spanish for Troma. And that's a very good interview. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.